For once, let me get straight to the point. Yes, it's worth it. What are you doing wasting your time watching this video? Go buy and enjoy this fantastic remaster right now! Unless you're waiting for the physical version, of course. In all seriousness, for those really on the fence about the purchase, let me clarify that the game is indeed a remaster of Metroid Prime. It's the same gameplay as the one back in 2002, but with a new coat of paint. Hence the remastered title, since it doesn't change any major gameplay aspects to be considered a remake in the same fashion as Zero Mission or Samus Returns. So if you've never played Metroid Prime before, then I can't think of a better official way to experience it. And I'd even recommend it to casual fans of the game, since the graphics overhaul are quite breathtaking, and being able to play the game on the go is a great treat as well. I know that the hardcore crowd already got their copies of the game anyways. To me, it's a dream come true to finally have a version of one of my favorite games ever on an easily accessible portable system, so I can enjoy this gem wherever I go. But what exactly is new in this version of Metroid Prime? Well, the obvious addition is the new visuals, and let me confirm that this is not the same treatment from something like Skyward Sword HD, but a proper remaster with updated textures, materials on objects, lighting fixtures, and subtle particle effects that give a brand new gorgeous look to the world of Talon 4 that still respects the beauty of the original release. There are great moments where the lighting really takes the mood of the areas to the next level. The God Ray effects in Chozo Ruins give the locale an ancient yet mystical feel. The atmospheric fog in Phendrana Drifts makes it feel colder than ever. Some rooms have new lighting which is now properly produced from a specific fixture within them, and new light diffusions help emphasize the constant reign of Talon overworld. Thanks to these changes in the lighting, you can also appreciate the updates done to the environment, as it perfectly complements their textures and updated maps to be able to get more detail out of them. And the same goes for the creatures and even your own weaponry that showcase a lot of finer details that you might have missed from the original release, which fills the world with new life in the process. A thing to note is that the remaster is based on the trilogy version of the game, to put it simply, so things like Flagra's music properly loops now and speedrunning tricks such as the scan jumping are missing. Yet some details that were missing in the trilogy version are back, such as the arm cannon freezing whenever you charge the ice beam. Aside from that, there are a few extra features, like 4 controller options, featuring the classic GameCube scheme, the trilogy controls with gyro aiming, and even a brand new dual stick scheme that lets you play the game like a regular first-person shooter, which I must say really fits comfortably with the gameplay and navigation of Metroid Prime. There is also a color assist system with a feature that lets you adjust the color intensity to aid players with color blindness. And for American players, there's an option to turn on the narrations of the game to match the experience from the European or Japanese releases.
In the vast universe, the history of humanity is but a flash of light from a lone star.
And yes, you can play the game with a classic GameCube controller through the USB adapter. Although keep in mind that you will need to change a few settings beforehand, since you won't be able to access the menu once you plug in the controller, since now the start button opens the map. And currently, there aren't any ways to change the setting. But I am hopeful that a patch down the line can add this feature to almost seamlessly integrate the original controller in full. Some new added bonuses include the concept art from the game properly separated into different categories, a straightforward soundtrack player, and a character gallery that lets you appreciate the game's wonderful detailed models to their fullest. While there aren't changes gameplay-wise, there's some slight tweaks done to the cutscene animations and models in general that are rather nice. Meta Ridley now has new eyes that fit a bit more with the concept art. Samus moves a bit more fluidly, which makes her feel a little bit less stiff while maintaining some of that awkwardness from the original game. And her power suit has now some new orange plating on the thighs, which help add a bit more color to her model, just to name a few. The only main negatives I have about the remaster are really nitpicking in the grand scheme of things, if I'm being perfectly honest. For all the care that went into the visuals, I wish the soundtrack also got the remaster treatment, with an option to change between it and the original, as we saw in Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. On top of this, I think I'm not the only one who thinks that the doors feel a bit off when compared to the original release, or that the Metroid's membranes can sometimes appear to be too opaque under certain lighting conditions. And sadly, there is no way to unlock the fusion suit at the moment, so hopefully this will be added later down the line as a free update. But in general, like I said, these are minor things that really don't affect my enjoyment of the visuals or the game as a whole. It's just me being super nitpicky because I've been replaying this game constantly for over 20 years. In truth, this is probably the definition of a great remaster, because it went and updated the overall look of the game with modern tools available today while still respecting the mood, style, and art direction of the original release that have made it an iconic title to this day. All in all, the main thing that really seals the deal for me is the fact that for all the big overhauls present in the game, it's only asking for a reasonable $40, instead of the usual $60 other Nintendo ports or remakes have asked for in recent years. Which makes it perhaps one of the best official ways to play a game that many consider to be one of the best ones ever made, and I can only hope that its success encourages the company to give the same treatment to Echoes and Corruption down the line. And hey, I've been making this entire review while playing the game from the comfort of my bed, so let that be a true sign of how much I've really been enjoying the remaster. It's now my truly perfect comfort game, and I can't think of a better honor to give it than that.